Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Friday! It is here, the week is over, and hopefully your rest day is just beginning. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and of course, as always, thank you for choosing to be a part of Story Time. Let us know if anybody else is joining in with you so we can say hi to them as well, and of course, wishing you a wonderful weekend ahead. And if you've had time to just enjoy the flowers out there, or indeed just enjoy some amazing company, well, good for you, and wish you many more of that. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Story Time. And yeah, we do have another story that is coming back to us after a little bit this time, actually. It's been a while since we've had this one back here on Story Time, but always a pleasure to have this book coming to us from SCHIFFER Kids. It is written by Barbara Ciletti and illustrations by CATHY Morrison. And CATHY Morrison, thank you for connecting until this book was here for us. The Tiny Giant coming right up. So get ready, get cozy, get comfortable. Our book is here. Thank you indeed for joining us here today on Storytime. And every time I read this book, just how the power of one, right? Like coming from, or just you see like this one little seed that builds up into this forest, and always reminds me of this saying in Bemba, one of the languages in Zambia, and it says "Imiti kula empanga." You know, it's like those seedlings of today are the forests of tomorrow, and so are the trees of tomorrow. And so just yeah, power in that, and what we're doing to raise our little ones, to educate our little ones, to prepare them for what's coming ahead, and also taking care of this earth, right? So many important things and so many important lessons that this book holds for us, and of course, entertainment as well. So get ready for this one, The Tiny Giant, coming right up from Barbara Ciletti and of course CATHY Morrison. And it is one coming to us from SCHIFFER Kids. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Story Time. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side of this very short break. We're back with more Story Time.
This is Anika Moroz-Reese, author of The Teacher's Pet, Watch Out for Wolf, Love Sophia on the Moon, the Anna Banana chapter book series, and Hide and Don't Seek and other very scary stories. And you are watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back. Thank you indeed. Anika Moroz-Reese, if you have not seen all the amazing books, I mean, she mentioned some of them there, but there's been much more after that. And one of my favorites from her, of course, is Love Sophia on the Moon, but Hide and Don't Seek is another favorite of mine. So if you're into scary stories, well, that one might be the one for you. Yeah, today, Tiny Giant. Who are these tiny giants? Written by Barbara Ciletti, illustrations by CATHY Morrison, and it is another one we're reading with permission of the publishers, SCHIFFER Kids. Here we go. Are you ready? The Tiny Giant. Oh, of course. Fun course. No, not right now. Sorry about that. The Tiny Giant, written by Barbara Ciletti, illustrations by CATHY Morrison, and read with permission of the publishers, SCHIFFER Kids. I'll come back to the dedications because I think they're better after you've read the book. Spring breezes sweep and winter away. Yeah, that's their job. And blossoms parade along the branches of the tall oak. What a lovely spring out here. Spring breezes sweep winter away, and blossoms parade along the branches of the tall oak. Buds dress in sleeves of summer's glory. Yeah. Buds dress in sleeves of summer's glory. Across acorns sprout and green leaves cluster everywhere. Acorns sprout and green leaves cluster everywhere. Yeah. Just before the first frost of autumn, the tall oak rains hundreds and hundreds of acorns. Squirrels gather their food for the winter, and bears fatten up for long winter naps in their dens. Yeah. Just before the first frost of autumn, the tall oak rains hundreds and hundreds of acorns. Squirrels gather their food for the winter, and bears fatten up for long winter naps in their dens. Yeah. Blue jays fly off with full beaks, but one tiny acorn drops into a valley where only grasses grow. It falls from way up high, not a bit broken or bruised. Nestled into a bed of soil, winter comes to cover the tiny nut with a blanket of soft white snow. That's my winter snow wind sound. What comes to mind for you? Nestled into a bed of soil, winter comes to cover the tiny nut with a blanket of soft white snow. Winter continues on as the acorn lies in silent darkness in the ground below, where small creatures stay safe and warm. Even insects come and go. Yeah. When the sun warms the soil again and rains soften the earth, the small seed grows unnoticed, pushing against its shell, bursting open. A tiny root bud begins to form. Can you see it? Yeah. Look at that right there. Isn't that cool? When the sun warms the soil again and rains soften the earth, the small seed grows unnoticed, pushing against its shell and bursting open. A tiny root bud begins to form. The seed sprouts. It pops up out of the darkness and reaches toward the sun without making a sound. Its roots are small but sturdy, and it peaks above the ground. Amazing, isn't it? The sun's heat and the warm summer rain feed the little seed as it sends a single spare thread of life toward the sky. Yeah. Yes, the sun's heat and the warm summer rain feed the little seed as it sends a single spare thread of life toward the sky. Yeah. Lots to explain, lots to get into just there. But yeah, photosynthesis is happening, phototropism, geotropism, so many things happening. Oh, I hope you get this book and can also dive into some of those and get to read a little bit more. Yeah, we know light is so important for food production for the plants. The sun's heat and the warm summer rain feed the little seed as it sends a single spare thread of life toward the sky. Up, up, up it goes through frost and snow and rain until finally warmed by summer's sun. Yes. Oh, look at how much growth. Oh, this is the page that always gets me. There we go. That always happens. The spare sapling grows taller with each passing year. Through autumn, winter, spring, and summer. Now, mighty and round it stands, a giant laden with acorns. They too will tumble, then sleep, then crack open to send their own thin threads toward the sun. Oh, isn't that amazing? Can you see it? Yeah. Threads that will grow into seedlings, making a valley into a forest from the efforts of just one. Yeah, amazing. And that is the end of our story. But just if you do get this book, you can look in the back here and you can see acorns of North America and you can see all the different ones. Do you have acorns where you are in your part of the world? Look up and see what types that you have. These are the ones that you see here, acorns of North America. This is what the book has. And there's so much more back matter too that we won't get into today. But yeah, just a reminder too that you know, things like Earth Day are there where we at least take that step that year to plant a tree, do something for the earth, right? But I hope that every single day we're able to do that and we remind ourselves and remind each other to do that, take care of this beautiful planet that we call home. The Tiny Giant was our book today, coming to us from Barbara Ciletti, illustrations by Cathy Morrison. Thank you, Cathy Morrison, indeed, for connecting. And of course, this one we're reading with permission of the publishers, SCHIFFER Kids. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the other side of this very short message when we're back with more Storytime.
Hey everyone, it's Tiffany Golden, author of I Want to Be Big and Wash Day, and you are watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Tiffany Golden, and of course the amazing team at Chapter 510. So yeah, lots of amazing programming for little ones out there. So if you can go on ahead and check out chapter 510 right there in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And of course, Tiffany Golden's amazing books, Wash Day, and of course, I Want to Be Big. And so do find those and get to enjoy them. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you have a lovely weekend ahead, weekend plan ahead. And of course, if you're just relaxing, sitting where you're reading a book, I hope it is exactly as you want it to be. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. To everybody that was here, we appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you have time to go out there, smell the flowers, of course, look around, and whatever else that you do, we hope that you feel that you belong. You are amazing. You are wonderful. And indeed, the world is lucky to have you. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Please have yourselves a wonderful day. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime for this week. We're back next week. And I promise you this time, complete and ready. We're back next week with Chronicle Books Spring Catalog for the next couple of weeks, actually. So you're going to be enjoying some wonderful, wonderful new books. Ones that I think there might be a few that you've not come across yet, but here we go. Storytime coming to you next week with lots of amazing books. Thank you so much for joining in. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will see you again on Monday when we're back with Chronicle Books and their spring catalog. Biggest of hugs. Thank you for being here, and take care of yourselves. And like I said too, with the I did say that the dedications make more sense after we've read the book, and here they are. And Barbara Ciletti says, believe that you're important. Go out and do great things. Yeah. And then for Cathy Morrison, she says, for all the creative, curious kids. And she mentions the kids specifically of the Fort Collins Museum of Discovery. But I think from us here at Storytime, we're saying to everyone, every single one of you kids, for all the creative, curious kids out there, you are all tiny giants in my eyes. Yes, in our eyes, you're all tiny giants. And remember too, like I said, I was saying the Bemba proverb, imiti kula empanga, is like, today's seedlings are tomorrow's forest. So what are we doing as adults? What are we doing as a community in order to nurture and provide experiences and, of course, environments where our little ones can thrive and shine and and take care of themselves, take care of the world, and be there and growing, and also then they can also take care of this earth. They can be good stewards and leave it in a better state for generations that come after them. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but we're here for it. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Mimidi Kula Empanga, you're all giants, you're all amazing. Biggest of hugs. I'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. He will be starting soon. Oh, story Time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.